The next question we have is, I've tried everything, but my child does not sleep. How do you cope? Oh, yes. Great question. Completely empathize. Yes, my nervous system took ages to recover after 7 years of no sleep. Sleep deprivation is something that we actually need to recover from and repair from and pay back. We go into sleep debt, and sleep is a biological need. It's the foundation of our well-being, one of the many foundations. So if you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, sleep is right down the bottom. It's a core thing that we need. So many of the families are living, parents of families, children with special needs, are living on low sleep or disrupted sleep, or worry interferes with their sleep, or exhaustion interferes with sleep because you can't sleep well when you're exhausted, or children waking up. There's lots of reasons in our families why there is sleep deprivation, and it's something that happens for more years than average. So we end up with longer periods of time without sleep deprivation, with sleep deprivation. So the first thing I want you to do, if you're in this situation, I want you to have some self-compassion, because if you don't get this foundational need met, you're going to really struggle to be the best version of yourself. Anybody that's had years and years of sleep deprivation, or any sleep deprivation, it's really hard to sustain a really awesome version of yourself. So have empathy for yourself. It's a hard journey, and no one expects people in when they're parenting the first year and up a lot at night, no one really expects them to be smashing life. But the fact that we've been doing it for so many years with such little sleep, we're kind of expected to get back on with it, and society sort of pushes us back into believing we should be doing more. But we've got to rest. Our body needs sleep, and we have to be able to honor our bodies, because that's when we end up tipping over into other health, or whether it's physical health or mental health issues, because sleep is so important. It's a foundational need. So once we've really found a place where we can accept that because of sleep deprivation, because my basic needs not met, it can help us to release some of those feelings of frustration because we're not as productive as other parents, or we're not able to keep it all together all of the time. We drop balls, and we might be able to get the house clean, but oops, we haven't been able to manage getting dinner on, or getting kids to school on time, or whatever it is that we're judging ourselves for not being able to do because we haven't had the adequate sleep. Taking out that frustration actually gives us a bit more energy, because we're not blaming ourselves. Self-blame does not get us anywhere. We all do it, but it can be really damaging and can actually send us backwards. The other thing is that I found really hard, and I think I still find hard in aspects of my life, is grief. I often have grief at times when I don't have control over a basic area of my life. So when I'm not getting sleep due to my caring role, I really struggle with sadness, and because I've lost that sleep, which means I've lost productivity, which means I've lost some joy because I feel awful. I've lost some health and well-being. So I feel grief. I feel sad. I feel like I'm losing out on being able to move forward in my life in a joyful, happy, rested way. So grief is another thing that we have to deal with over and over again as special needs parents. But it's also something that takes energy to grieve. So healing from that grief and working through that grief is really, really valuable as well. And the second thing I recommend is to be that private investigator, to go deeper than anyone else has gone before, because you can't just go to have a normal look. You have to go really thoroughly into looking at what is going on for my child and what is causing their sleep issues. So for one of my children, it's anxiety. Anxiety goes up, sleep goes down. So we really work on supporting the emotions around safety and feeling okay in her body, and giving her strategies around sleep, going to sleep, but also staying asleep. My other child did not sleep for 7 years. No sleep, none. And then I got a few cues. I just sort of started to see a few things that I noticed that her gut wasn't quite where it should be. And then I noticed that when we tried some vitamins, or we tried some different foods, there was some shifts in her. It wasn't huge, but it was enough to go and seek medical help and go, hey, there's a few things that are going on, And we changed the diet. Within 10 days, she was sleeping through the night. Now, that was a miracle. I was not expecting that dramatic of a result. But I'm like, I will cook all night. I will do whatever it takes to get her to be able to sleep, because when she slept, she was calmer in the day. She was better able to regulate. Sensory processing was better. Her ability to engage and learn and relate was so much better with sleep. So be that private investigator. Be that mum that keeps on going and keeps on looking and finding what it is that your child needs. And we need help. We can't do this alone. We seek out. And if one professional doesn't understand or isn't quite the right match, that's okay. Find another one. And, until we find the right answers. And when we've got really tricky kids, particularly with really complex behaviour, we really have to be, it's a whole nother level that we have to be at in terms of investigating what's going on for our child. So if you want any support with looking deeper and understanding how to be that investigator, we can really help you with that here at Dynamic Parenting, because that's what we advocate and support our parents to do.